Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time for the podcast that pulls back the curtain, that dissects the strikes, the submissions, and the controversial decisions. We're coming to you live from the Empty the Bench Network. We are diving deep into the world of mixed martial arts. Get ready for the unfiltered takes, the expert analysis, and the raw, unadulterated passion for the fight game. These are your hosts, two of the most knowledgeable voices in the sport. The one, the only, Zain Bando, and the undisputed, the always insightful, Jack Gold. This is the MMA Outsiders.
What's going on, everybody? Big week, UFC Miami.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. It's episode 163 of the MMA Outsiders. Hope you all are doing well. I'm Zain Bando. He's Jack Gold. We're in two entirely different locations this week, but we're still here. Even at a bit of a adjusted start time due to my schedule as well. But we're here. We made it work, and happy to be back on for another episode. And what unfortunately will be the final regular episode of the month. Obviously, you guys are going to do a post-fight show Saturday night, but before we get into anything, you kind of want to talk about the schedule moving forward before we get into the actual show itself.
Yeah, so we're going to take the rest of April off. Next Friday, well, Thursday technically for me, I will be moving to Georgia. It's going to be a 12-hour move, driving there, getting everything ready. It's going to be a long day, and then the following day, got to get stuff done, all that. And there's not a bunch of huge cards left this year. Like, we got this one, big card. We wanted to make sure we got this done. And then next week is UFC Winnipeg. It's all right. And then April 25th, it's all right. So it'll be fine. We're looking to get back that following card. I don't know if there is a card to start May.
Yeah, so that's just to clarify, Jack, that's the Perth card. That's the really early in the morning
May
card.
2nd.
Yep.
Awesome.
So,
and I'm gonna be in the Eastern time, so I'm gonna have to get up even earlier.
Yeah, so speaking of all that and so much more, please be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to the ETB Network. To do so, go to youtube.com/ETB Network, because we are slowly but surely climbing towards that 4,000 watch hour goal. So every minute you watch counts, regardless of what show it is. So if you guys are in here, the 12 people that are in here right now across all of our different feeds, thank you guys so much for all of that. It's greatly appreciated. My name is Zain Bando. You can check out my work over at MMAKnockout.com. As Jack just alluded to, he's moving to Georgia. He's still kicking it as an independent MMA content creator, even though his job is going to become a little bit more serious. Jack, because you're closer to this move, is there more that you can share, or is pretty much everything you've shared so far on other streams that we've done kind of the same status quo?
Just the same thing so far, just I can tell you there's going to be a lot more of in-person content, whether it be at events, with other fighters, with whatever it may be. There's just a lot more that's going to be coming out from your boy.
Okay, very good to know. And then, of course, for those of you who don't know, you can listen to the OG archives of the MMA Outsiders wherever you get your podcast. This is a live streamed show, so there is no such thing as audio-only versions anymore. Those ended a long time ago. But if you want the archive of what 2022 through mid-2025 was like, you'll be able to find that as well. So in case you guys didn't know that. But we have a pretty big show this week. To kind of start, Jack, do you want to kind of talk about where we're headed with this week's show, just kind of what order we're going in, and then we'll kind of get into the cards themselves. We have a few cards to preview this week. In fact, we have 3, and then we have 1 to recap as well. So if you want to kind of dissect what we're going to be discussing before we get into it for the next 40 minutes to an hour or so, I figured I'd let you have the floor to do that.
Yeah, no, so we got the UFC 327. We got the UFC 327 preview. Got to get our picks in. Got to let you know we're still riding this high. We're still going well. I think I'm 94-34-1 on the year. And we're feeling good. We have PFL Chicago this week. Womp, womp. We got Tyson Fury's Netflix return with Conor Benn and Regis Prograis Zuffa Boxing co-main event. We've got the UFC Vegas 115 recap. We have What Makes Me Feel Good. And we'll just start off with this real quick. Van versus Tyra, the co-main event of this, what was going to be the co-main event of this weekend's pay-per-view, has been moved to next month's pay-per-view in Newark because of a Josh Van injury. It has to be a minor injury that is less than 30 days away. But
you would think if they rebooked this fight that quickly, you would think it's something really minor.
Yeah, so I'm not worried about it. I'm excited. I'm excited for that fight. That card got a whole lot better with that fight on it. I'm excited.
Yeah, that card got a whole lot better, and it looked a little flat, kind of with the Hamzat fight itself. But overall, though, I thought this was a solid ad, and obviously this fight needed to happen. It was supposed to happen this weekend. Obviously, it's not happening, but it's good to see that they don't have to scrap it entirely. So that's really good. Usually with these kind of fights, you worry they move on and they do other things, but it seems like Van was ready to go, and obviously he just won the title, as fluky as it was. That's still true. So it's good to see that they've rebooked it. My way too early pick on this, just because I don't know how his health is going to look, is Tyra, but it'll probably change as the fight gets closer. That's
I agree. I'm with the injury. I'm starting to lean Tyra. I would have picked Van, but I don't know.
Yeah, but nonetheless, though, let's move back over to the recap side of things. We had UFC Vegas 115. Overall, I would say, well, to be honest with you, I didn't watch this card because I was at the Final Four, but looking at the results, it seems like
no big deal. No big deal. Freaking Zain was covering the Final Four in Indianapolis. No big deal.
But it seemed like, based on how I did on this card, which, by the way, I went 10-3. I was pretty damn proud of myself. It looked like there were some really, really exciting fights. Am I wrong in saying that?
No, really. I think. We still there? You got me?
No, I got you. You broke up a little bit, but now I can hear you. So keep going.
No, we have it was a great card. Like, looking at it now, the main event, Meccano versus Duncan, feel like I call that one to a T, and I'm proud of myself for that. Verna just outworked Tabitha Ricci. That one was a stinky fight, but good performance for her, What else? Abdul Rahman Yakiayev, dude, already has a fight booked for May 16th versus Julius Walker, and Brendan Ribeiro almost knocked him out like 3 different times this fight before he was just like, I just got to take him down and finish him. Ethan Ewing is legit. I'm sure you've seen all the Instagram videos and the memes and all that.
I have, yeah. I mean, they were all over my feed the next day. So,
no, he's awesome. Tommy McMillan was the Keeney. Now listen, I don't like Tommy McMillan. I want to see him get his head spun. I want to see him fight Le'Veon Douglas. However, this fight was banging. They were going back and forth, landing on each other, and Manolo gets body shot TKO'd once again. Jose Delano versus Robert Rucola. Jose Delano looked great. Rucola was tough as hell. It was a great fight. Thomas Peterson versus Guilherme Pat. Now, this one was interesting because Guilherme Pat threw about a punch a minute. So he just was like letting the fight get away from him. And I gave Thomas Peterson round 1. I gave Pat round 2 off of landing some big shots, kind of hurt Peterson. And then in round 3, Peterson almost knocks Pat out cold. And Pat survives to the bell, but Peterson, great performance from him. Alessandro Costa versus Stuart Nichols, a fun fight. Costa gets a big left hook to the liver, and that's that. Darius Flowers got a slam TKO back-to-back. He slammed Lando Venata, and Lando Venata was like, ooh, and everybody was like, his rib. And Lando in the aftermath said it was actually one of the worst body shots he's ever taken. It was his shoulder. And then they ended up getting up after like a weird thing going on. And then Darius trips him down again, and there was a big head clash onto the ground. And Lando covered up, and it was a TKO. Darius Flowers gets the win. Elise Pereira kind of getting worked in the first 9 minutes of this fight. Then all of a sudden, switch knee, bang, KO. That one was awesome. Tresean Gore beat the shit out of Azamat Bokayev in round 1. Bokayev drops Gore in round 2. Gore comes back in round 3 and puts Bokayev to sleep with a guillotine. Diana Barbosa versus Barbosa clearly won. And Kamaka versus Dakota Hope, one of the best fights of the year, to say. I thought Dakota Hope won, but Kai Kamaka gets the W. I'd give this card an A-, even though it was terrible on paper.
That's solid. Hey, by the way, you were boosting your record a little bit too much, my guy. I got you at 89 wins going into this weekend, not 94.
89? What was the record going into it?
So you were 80, 35, and 1 going into it.
Oh, I thought I was 85, 30, and 1.
Nope. You were 80.
Gosh,
yep.
I boosted my numbers.
Yes, you sure did. So we're. By the way, it's funny you say that. I'm only trailing you by 12 fights now because now I'm at 77. So,
no, you still gotta catch up. Still gotta catch up.
I know there's still plenty of cards to go. We're still fine. So, it's all good.
But moving on from this, you want to do UFC or PFL Chicago?
We do UFC first because it's the order I have. So that's fine.
Here, let's do. Let me see if I can pull this up. Boom, 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 boom. Oh. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You gonna pull it up?
Yeah. One second.
But we got UFC 327, Miami, main event, Jiří Procházka versus Carlos Ulberg for the undisputed light heavyweight vacant championship. We got an interesting with the co-main event slipping. The pay-per-view opener has now moved to the pay-per-view co-main. Paulo Costa and Azamat versus Khanov, Curtis Blades versus Josh Hokett, Dominic Reyes versus Johnny Walker. And to start it off, we've got versus Nate Landwehr. But we're going to start at the bottom of this card. A whole lot of canceled fights here. Holy moly.
Yeah, you want to go over some of those first?
We can, yeah. So starting off, Nazim Sadikov versus Markel Medeiros. Sadikov withdrew. And I'm going to assume that it's because UFC Baku got announced.
That's probably it, yeah.
And so I'm going to assume he wants to fight on that card. Then Francisco Prado versus Chris Alvarez was never a fight, but Francisco Prado is on this card. Beneil Dariush versus Manuel Torres. Torres withdrew. Beneil also is no longer on this card, but now he's fighting Quillan Salkild. Van versus Tatsuro, canceled. Dawkins just got pulled from his fight with Luque. He's now on the White House.
Mm-hmm.
Then Andre Lima versus Dong Hyun Choi. When did this fight get rescheduled?
I have no idea.
Let's see. I'm going to guess Macau.
Which fight was
he's
it?
Fighting Dong Hyun Choi. He's fighting Kevin Borjas June 20th.
That's at the Apex.
Dong Hyun Choi got hurt, I guess, who was on road to UFC.
Interesting.
But now, starting it off, Francisco Prado, one of the aforementioned guys, actually 3 of the first 3 were mentioned earlier. Charles Radke, who was supposed to fight last weekend versus Jose Henrique Luis or something like that, steps in to fight Prado this weekend. He's a big favorite here. I'm taking Charles Radke.
Really? And can you be specific as to why?
I think Prado's he was not a big lightweight, and he is now a welterweight. Hold on now. I just had to kill a spider. Got your ass.
Yeah, you did.
He's just, I think Prado is too small for welterweight, and Radke's a big guy. And I think Radke's, the people who's beat him in the UFC are Mike Malott and Carlos Prates, you know? So I think you got to be a real good guy to get him out of there. I'm picking Radke to beat Prado.
See, I like Prado just because you don't know what version of Radke you're gonna get. Sometimes you get the version of Radke that looks super confident and looks like he can be a contender, and then other times you get a version of Radke where he's too sloppy. And I just think I just don't know what version of him you're gonna get, considering that he had a fight he was supposed to fight. Now he's on this card. Like, I don't know where his mental psyche fully is. So I think we're going to be split on this first one.
That's fine by me. Give me an extra point, baby. Next up, we have Kelvin Gastelum taking on Vicente Luque at 185 pounds. Luque moving up. Gastelum sticking right where he's been. Gastelum, big favorite here. Who you got?
I like him, but it's very cautious, Jack. I don't know. Sometimes you get the version of Gastelum where he looks like he's fully there and ready to go and all that, and then you get this other version where it's like, okay, is he going to miss weight? Okay, is he going to make excuses? Like, you just don't know. But with how inconsistent Luque has been, I think Gastelum is a safe pick.
I'm also going to pick Kelvin Gastelum, but I'm nervous.
Are you nervous?
I just think Luque's bigger. He's cleaner. Kelvin's last weigh-in, he missed by 6 pounds. Like, who knows what Kelvin shows up, but I think Luque after the brain bleed has never been the same. So,
okay.
Next up, Markel Medeiros taking on Chris Padilla. Who you got?
I got Medeiros finishing Padilla. What do you think?
Interesting. That's an interesting pick. I like Medeiros, but I'm taking Chris Padilla. I think Padilla's competition has been very good, and he's finished 3 or 4 of them.
Okay. And
Markel Medeiros is having close fights, you know? He had a close fight with Mark Choinsky. I think Chris Padilla is Mark Choinsky on, like, a different level.
A different level where you're saying that he in your eyes is probably better, right? Is what you're saying?
Way better. Yeah, I think his striking's much more clean. He's a good striker. And his pure wrestling might not be as good, but his submission skills and his ground and pound make up for it.
Okay, and do we think this is a close fight, or do we think this is very one-sided?
I think it's going to be a super close fight.
Close as in, like, we're talking, like, controversy, a split that people were talking about for a bit, or no?
I think it's going to be a split decision where Padilla's cut and bloody, but he won more rounds.
Okay.
I think it'll be a close fight. Next up, Tatiana Suarez versus Lupita Godinez. Suarez is minus 155. These lines have actually closed closer to each other, more like pick 'em now. I'm going with Tatiana Suarez.
I like Suarez as well. I think this is the big spot for her. She wants to obviously stay in title contention, and Godinez has been borderline the last couple years, man. But when Suarez is 100%, you and I both know this. She performs very well. So I don't see how she loses one, knowing that she needs this one to stay in the title picture. What do you think?
I agree. 100%. I'm with you. I think it's going to be a close decision just because they're similar. But I think Tatiana's just gonna, in the new kid's words, she's just gonna mog Loopy. She's just a lot bigger.
You think so? Okay.
Next up, Mateusz Gamrot versus Esteban Ribovic. This one's cut and dry to me. Cut and dry. Give me Gamrot.
Yeah, I mean this is a clear must win for Gamrot to stay in the mix. The UFC knows what they're doing with this fight. They want him to stay in that upper echelon, and this is just a warm-up fight for what he probably hopes is a huge 2026. What do you think?
I agree. I don't know how much higher Gamrot can climb, but I think he can stick around in the top 15. And Ribovic had a super close fight with Zellhuber. He lost to Loic Radzhabov off the takedowns. He gets taken down a lot. And I think he might hurt Gamrot. That's always a possibility. But I think Gamrot recovers, and I think he out-wrestles him, out-dogs him.
Why do you think this fight is on the prelims as opposed to, the start of the main card or something, given how big of a name Gamrot is in the eyes of the hardcores?
Because styles make fights. I think for all three of these, there's all just certain situations why it makes sense. And I think Cub Swanson versus Nate Landwehr, it's a send-off for a legend, plus almost guaranteed to be a fun fight. I think Reyes Walker is almost guaranteed to be a knockout. I think Blades and Hoket's one of the most interesting fights on the card. And then these two are they're big ones, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I think Gamrot, maybe this should have been the featured prelim, even though this is a really good fight, but we'll get there. Next up, Kevin Holland versus Randy Rude Boy Brown. Wagwan, me brother. I'm taking Randy Brown.
You are, and is there a specified reason as to why you are?
I think he's faster. I think he's better. I think there's definitely a chance that Holland lands clean, like it'll hurt Randy. But I think in the big cage, Randy's going to be able to maneuver, move and groove, piece him up, get the job done, decision.
Interesting. Yeah, I like Brown as well. I think it's a good fight where it's not stopped anticlimactically or anything like that. But yeah, overall though, I think it should be interesting.
100%. Now for the featured prelim. We have Patricio Pitbull versus Aaron Pico, the Bellator featherweight title fight that never happened. Fighting as a featured prelim on UFC 327. Who would have thought? Who are you picking?
I don't think I would have ever expected this. And I'm just curious, why do you think this fight makes sense now as opposed to it never happening in Bellator? Because doesn't it just seem weird to you that it's not that it never happened in Bellator? Because I think it's a little weird.
I think it's weird, but I don't know. Like, I don't want to speculate. Pico was injured a lot. Pitbull was moving between 45 and 55. I just think the stars never aligned, and then they didn't align in PFL, but they aligned here. And Aaron Pico, to my surprise, is minus 300 favorite.
Why do you think he's such a big favorite? Because of how inconsistent Pitbull has looked so far? Is that why?
I don't know. Like, has he looked inconsistent? Like, he went to a decision with Yair Rodriguez and he beat Dan Ige. I don't think that's too bad.
Yeah, but do you think he worked all that good against Ige though? That's the thing. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think so. I think after he won that fight, if I'm not mistaken, let's see here, because that was on UFC 318. Yeah, I mean, he's been up and down, I guess, but after that fight, Ige has fought. Oh, he's only lost. Fuck. Ige, I guess that's not the best look. Looking at it now, this is why we do the research here.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, dude,
I'm taking Pitbull.
Yeah, I don't think Pico has shown me enough for me to pick him. I really don't.
Because if we want to look at like, oh, it didn't look great. If we're looking at Pitbull here, he beat his last couple. Let's go 3 years. Or he beat Kleber Koike on Ryzen on January 1st, December 31st. What do you want to do? 22-23. Then he loses to Sergio Pettis in Chicago. Bad luck. Bad luck. Then he loses to Chirio Suzuki, who I think is this blonde guy. Yeah. Who's like not great. And then he beats Jeremy Kennedy. Good win. Loses to Yair, whatever. Beats Ige. If you look at Pico, he's on win streaks, but against who? Lost to Kennedy. Right. Beat Carvalho, ass. Beat Corrales. Who knocked him the fuck out? Who's not great, ass. Lost to Murphy. Gonzalez, who by decision. Beat Ashley Edwards, cool, good win. I guess Justin Gonzalez decision, cool. I guess Aiden Lee. Oh man, what happened to our boy Aiden Lee? 9-4 at this time. Getting back on track though. I'm going with Pitbull. Just essentially.
Yeah, I'm going with Pitbull as well. I mean, hopefully Pico shows up, man, but this is one of those.
I want Pico to win.
No, I figured as much. I just don't know what version of these guys are going to get. Is it going to be a boring hug fest that's going to go the distance, or is this actually going to be the fight that people were hoping it would be years ago? You know what I mean?
No, I agree. Like, if Pico wins, it's great for the division. It's great for the division. But I don't know. Sure. Open the main card. Cubs versus Late Landwehr. Landwehr minus 145. Cub Swanson 42.5. Yeah. Don't matter. Give me Cub Swanson by knockout.
Yeah, I think Swanson wins his swan song fight. No pun intended. I think he wins.
I do too. I think he's going to win. I think Kevin Swanson is going to get the job done. Next up, Reyes versus Johnny Walker. What do you think the odds are that this fight ends in KO?
Oh, minus 250.
Let's find out. Minus 250. I'm thinking it's going to be like minus 1,000. Let's see here. Boom. How will this fight end? Yeah, minus 280 KO. What a pick.
I think Dominic Reyes knocks out Johnny Walker.
I think so too. Anything could happen, but I think Dominic Reyes wins. Johnny Walker is just huge, man. He's massive.
Oh, he is, no doubt. And he's susceptible to getting hit on the chin a lot, too.
Big time. Both are. That's the problem.
I know.
They both are. Oh, no. Ay. We're both thinking Reyes. Whew. The featured fight of the night. Curtis Blades taking on Josh Hokett. Speaking of Josh Hokett, what did you think about his media day?
That was very bizarre.
You thought so?
Yeah.
This is our lovely friend Dylan Sage Nossman, DSK Sports, DSK MMA, on all programs, was nice enough to put together this video for us and for the world to see of Josh Hokett's press conference.
Mama.
That was a press conference.
Yeah, I don't even know what to even.
Not one question asked. He came out and was just essaying everybody. He's a Badman. No, he's interesting for sure. I dislike him, and I think Curtis Blades is going to beat him bad. So give me Curtis Blades.
Yeah, I think
knockout.
Blades, by whatever he wants, it's going to be a performance bonus. It's going to be the whole thing. That's what I think.
think the first round might be close, to be honest with you. I think Hokit might win round 1. I think it might be similar to that Gilton Almeida fight.
Okay.
Where Almeida was kind of tossing him around, doing what he wanted, but Blades was just surviving. And then round 2 hits, and Buddy was gassed. And we saw Hokit was exhausted after his Denzel Freeman thing.
And right. I remember that. That
was the end of round 1. So if he pushes a pace on Blades, good luck, pal. Good luck, buddy. But here, pull up the rest of the card for me. We got our co-main and we got our main events.
Okay.
We have the co-main event of the evening. The new co-main event of the evening. We have Osman.
Which, by the way, something weird. By the time we're done with this, we may actually have a new co-main event because apparently Dana told Aiden Ross yesterday that they're working on something else. Well, given that we're 2 days out from the event, I don't know what they could be working on, but allegedly that's what they're trying to do. But for now, this is the co-main event, the people's main event, if you will.
I don't know. Yeah, the people's main event for sure. I don't know what could be made. Like, you know what I mean? They're like, actually, the day before weigh-ins, we're putting on.
Could you imagine today at the press conference? They open the press conference saying what the new co-main event is.
The new co-main event. It's actually JDM protest now. But no, I think this one's an interesting fight, man. A lot of people are picking Paulo Costa. I'm taking Azamat Mirzakhanov. I'm
taking Mirzakhanov too, because I don't know what version of Costa they're going to get.
Exactly. Like, he could show up and look great, but I would rather take the guy who's never lost, has beat Ankalaev twice in Sambo, knocked out Cold in Sambo. Like, he's fought a lot of people, and I'm taking Mirzakhanov. Now in the main event of the evening.
For the vacant UFC light heavyweight championship. It feels like we're saying that a lot these days.
Yeah. But, you know.
Jiří Procházka with the chance to become a 2-time champion, Jack Gold. How about that?
My GOAT. I love him. Let's go for that. Carlos Ulberg.
Wow, your impression is almost right there, my guy. I'm impressed.
Carlos Ulberg's looking a little fat this week, huh?
Well, yeah, and is that rumor true that he has neurovirus and that his hand is messed up, or is that all?
So I've been seeing that on Twitter, but not from anybody. Not from anybody that, like, I'm gonna be 100% like, yeah, this is happening.
For sure, I've seen it from a couple of accounts though, and it's gotten some pretty decent traction.
Big time traction. Yeah, man. Sharp Money Report. Hokit. More than 70% of the money is on Hokit versus Blades this weekend. Interesting. Man, I don't know. I think I know who I'm picking. I'm picking Jiří Procházka by knockout, but Ulberg might look really good and might knock Jiří out.
I'm picking Procházka too.
But even if Carlos looks really good, Jiří can still find a way.
Yeah, I mean, he did it in the 5th round against Glover Teixeira, so you never know.
Did it 3rd round versus Khalil.
Yeah, he did.
He's him. What can I say? If Pereira is the greatest light heavyweight of this division or this generation, Jiří's 1A. You feel me? He's right behind him. There's no fighter on the roster when they get booked that I go, oh mama, that's gonna be a good fight. And this is one of those. This is gonna be a great fight. Jiří Procházka, the new undisputed light heavyweight champion.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So you want to go over final quick picks before we move on to PFL?
Yeah, we're both going with Jiří. We're both going with Mirzakhanov. We're both going with Blades. We're both going with Reyes. We're both going with Cub. Oh my God, are we going all red corner? We're both going with Patricio. We got Randy. Randy's our blue corner representative. We've got Gamrot. We've got Suarez. I've got Padilla. You have Medeiros.
Mm-hmm.
We both have Gastelum. I have Radke. You have Prado. So our only differences are Radke versus Prado, Medeiros versus Padilla, and how is that it?
I think that's it because we both have Randy Brown.
Yeah, just Padilla, Prado, Radke, Medeiros. What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
Now, with UFC Miami done, I want to talk about briefly, before you get rid of that preview banner, what do you think about these ticket sales? Supposedly, whole lot of tickets still available for UFC 327.
It's Miami. It'll be sold out by the night of the fight.
You think so? You think that's what's going to happen?
Yeah, people are still figuring out what they want to do this weekend with the boys. That's what I think. Because there's a lot going on in Miami right now. There's a lot of clubbing going on. There's a lot of fun stuff going on down in Miami this weekend. Do people want to go to the Masters and then fly over from Augusta to Miami? Do people want to go to Miami and then go to the Masters? Like people are still figuring it out. That's what
I don't know, Zain. I'm looking at Ticketmaster right now. What do you think I can get? What do you think you can get in the door for?
$150.
Close to it. 211.
Would you go Saturday night or no?
Yeah, I would. I'm going to share my screen here because this is very interesting.
Sure.
There are a lot. So bless you. No, you're good. Sorry, my grandpa. If I'm correct, I believe the only things, the resales are the pinks.
Oh, and then the blues are what, ADA seats or no?
I think the blues are just like regulars. Yeah, standard admission seats that have never been sold. So the only resales are the pinks. Look at all that blue. It's a sea of blue. And you could see up top, all these are sold. All these are sold. It's the inner bowl. It's the size of the arena. It's the tickets that are too expensive. They're pricing out the fans.
Well, yeah, isn't this the case for every show though?
I don't think it's not been this bad in a place like this. Like, let's see what this seat costs. $1,000. Let's see.
And what section is that, Jack?
It would be section 117, row 8.
To be honest, though, if you're only buying one ticket, that isn't that bad.
Oh, that's pretty bad. Or even think about here. This will be like row 15, right?
Yeah.
Row 19, $1,000 pre-tax, $921.
Yeah, that's kind of bogus, low key.
Let's see if we were to go on the corner. The corners are always cheaper. In the back, $400. That's not too bad.
And you're still in section 115.
But you're gonna be hitting with the cage here, so that's something to consider. 500. What's this one? 500, 500, 400. Let's look at some of these bowls. You want to go on the sides, like the hoop side or the baseline side?
Let's do both, but let's start with baseline.
So baseline, first row. These are the seats. These are my favorite seats.
Okay.
$800. Not as bad as I thought they were going to be, but still a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
The second row. See, now that I can handle that.
341 I could handle. I could probably handle that
From
too.
one seat, 800 to 341.
I'd rather spend 341 to sit in section 300.
It's 2 feet ahead of you. Like, yeah, no one's in front of you, but I don't care. You're on the aisle. You're good to go. If you need to go less than that, up here, 311, resale. We got 387, psychos, 280.
Wait, I can't remember. Were you at the last Miami show or no?
I've never been to a Miami event, unfortunately. It's a dream.
Okay. I had a
800.
I had a misunderstanding that you might have went to UFC 287 or something, but okay.
I went to UFC 291.
Okay.
311. So they're all about $300. That's not too bad, especially for the second row here. It's these that I would be like, I don't know about. I sit up here at T-Mobile, 556. Get out of here. Get out of town. I like these seats right here. I would go after one of these, you know? But long story short, and I want to look here too as well. Tyson, I've got a show going on. Can you stop? Can you stop dilly-dallying? You could probably hear him puttering around the room. Oh, he's looking at a fly. So Newark.
These tickets are gonna be freaking stupid. Oh my god.
Minimum 386. And I mean,
dude, and you know they're only gonna get more expensive by the time the fight gets closer.
I don't know though. Like if they keep not being able to sell these cards, yeah. Oh, interesting. I can't say that. We'll talk about that after. Anyway, Tyson, stop. Sorry, guys. What's happening here? What we're trying to say, long story short, though, ticket price going bananas. New York, expensive as hell. Miami, expensive as hell. Still not sold out. Miami looked like it was almost 40% not sold, 35% not sold. So it's one of those weird ones. But next up, we got PFL Chicago.
You want to look at PFL Chicago ticket prices before we get into the fights themselves?
Yeah, we can do that. Well, I know they're on sale for 30% off right now. Not ideal.
No, I'm aware of that as well. And also, for those of you who are going Corey Anderson meet and greet, be there or be square. If you want to meet a former Bellator legend, you can do so on Saturday night if you were ever so inclined to do so.
Here, 1 second. Here, I'm pulling this up.
Fun fact: I've been a part of one of Corey Anderson's pictures on Instagram. I was right behind him.
That's awesome. So yeah, you can get in to PFL Chicago for a whopping $39.
How much can you sit in the front row for?
I remember last year being on the floor. Ooh, this is a new setup this year. I remember I got floor tickets, I think, right here for two. These might have been our exact. Yeah, for about $210 a piece. Go for $250. First row, $600. $600. Second row, $600. Third row, $300. Man, that's not too bad, huh? You could sit. You still have ring walkouts. $314 to sit directly next to the walkout. But to be fair, no chance they opened up the second level. But
no, I don't think so.
Pretty good ticket sales, I would say, right?
I'd say so. You have
they got a
Sergio. You have Sergio Pettis and Josh Newman. That doesn't hurt.
Jordan Newman.
Oh yes, I almost said Josh Norman, the former NFL cornerback. Yes, Jordan Newman is 100% right.
But you can get the most expensive ticket. Let's see, best seat, $624. That's the most expensive ticket, $624. Then $438, then $314, then $67. If we look here, what else we got? We got Sioux Falls. Hey, you trying to go to Pretoria, South Africa?
No, I don't think so, my guy.
Sioux Falls, $33. Ooh, what is this? Oh, Sanford. Ooh. These tickets need to get sold, huh?
They're not selling. This is their May 2nd show?
I believe so, yeah. I shouldn't have backed out as quick as I did. I'm probably spazzing on the viewers right now. I'm sorry about that. I'm too quick on the trigger. We got
By the way, big rumor, just so you know, nothing's confirmed. There's a good chance we might get another show from these guys back here later this year, so we shouldn't feel as bad for missing this first one. So
yeah, this one stinks. You can sit, all the first row seats are gone, which are interesting, but you can get in. What's the worst seat here?
Is this the Logan Storley card, right?
Yeah, this is Logan Storley versus Zendali.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure most of those tickets are Logan's family, I bet.
I bet you, yeah. Like, there's a lot there's going to be a bunch.
Because he's from there, right?
Yeah, friends, family, people who've known him, met him. Like, I bet you one of these is probably his people.
But, for sure. They might have bought the whole section.
Then Pretoria, South Africa. I've never been able to see these. Belfast.
The Belfast one, I'm sure. The Belfast one, I'm sure, is doing okay because this was before Paul Hughes got hurt. So I actually bet these tickets are doing okay.
33. Yow. Get out of here, cookies. In a big arena, though. Yo.
And by the way, PFL Mina is off till further notice.
Is off?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean by that?
Like they're canceling their shows for the time being. The PFL Mina shows.
Yeah. That's not it. I think that's prices. I think time to get into PFL Chicago's mid card.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Going head to head with. Oh wait, why is this not pulling up? There we go.
Yeah, going head to head.
Going head to head with UFC 327.
What a time! What a nice decision. Starting it off, man. Valenti Atsas versus Nate Jennerman.
Just by the way, just as a heads up, we might actually have the same picks on this whole thing. Just as a heads up.
If people don't know, now you know. Me and Zain both went perfect on PFL Pittsburgh.
We did
12 for 12.
First time ever in my Tapology profile that I picked a card 100% right in MMA.
What a time to be alive. Starting it off, Valenti Astis versus Nate Jennerman. Now, here's something about this fight, because if you remember, Nate Jennerman was on Tough for the UFC.
I do remember. This is a couple years ago, right?
Yes, and got knocked out instantly by Roberts.
Yes, I remember.
He was like the first pick. He was gonna be great, and yeah, man, this is odd timing for Nate Jennerman, real, because like if we were just, I hate to be going on these tangents, but I just want to look at Nate's record on camera for these people. He's from Rufus Sport, so that might be why. But if we look just at his career, right, he's had a bunch of fights. He was 8-5 as an amateur.
Not bad.
Then
Losing 2 amateur fights in a row is not great, though, to end your amateur
then went
career.
pro and lost there. But then he went on a nice win streak here. TKO, sub, against some decent competition.
Besides the guy who's 10-17, of course. But outside of that, that's not terrible.
15-6, 7-5 for a guy who's 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1. I think that's reasonable.
No, for sure.
Oh, my freaking dog just knocked out my charging pole. Then he fought Alex Gilpin.
By the way, Alex Gilpin is someone who I have no idea who that is. Is that
really?
Is that a terrible loss or no?
No. He was on Contender Series.
Oh, what season? Let's see if I remember.
Early.
This.
He lost to Sean Woods. I think he might have been in the UFC.
This was season 4. Yeah. I remember. Okay.
Let's see when it was. He lost to Lance Palmer in PFL. Beat J.R. Coughlin by Darce. PFL. Beat Andre Harrison. So he was a PFL guy, but he was good. He was very good. Then he goes on another win streak, loses to Bobby Moffitt. Hey, Bobby Moffitt's good.
Bobby Moffitt is a beast. Yes, I'm fully aware of that.
Goes on another win streak, chokes out Kevin Kroom.
Oh, and then he loses to Damon Jackson, which is really no shame. Damon Jackson's a stud too.
Then he fights Ken Beverly, and then he loses to Rafael Barbosa.
Oh, this is the fight where they signed him, right? The UFC signed him off this fight, right?
No, he was gonna. Remember what was it? He beat Jennerman, and he was gonna get signed, and then he took a fight on short notice and lost.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I remember this now because it was on Looking for a Fight. I know
yes,
that.
Exactly. Then he goes on another win streak. Gets on the Ultimate Fighter, knocked out in 8 seconds.
That's right.
Goes on another win streak. Gary Conkel's bad, but goes on a win streak. Gets knocked out in 45 seconds in the first round by Landry Ward. Who's good? Landry Ward is good. But then he was supposed to fight on Fury, and then all of a sudden, it was like, oh, you're fighting on PFL.
Yeah,
which is crazy. It's just odd. And this guy, Valenti Astis, is the favorite. He's fighting out of Indiana, but he's fought nobody.
So to me, this fight screams either this kid gets lucky or Jennerman knows what the hell he's doing.
Yeah, I'm taking Jennerman. Screw it. Like if I'm gonna get screwed, I'll take that.
And would you agree? Moving over to this next fight here, must win for Biagio Ali Walsh, right? He's got to win this one.
Must win. I don't even know who Dash Daniels is or Dash Harris. Dash Daniels is a player.
Yeah, I think Biagio Ali Walsh by whatever he wants. He probably finishes him though. I bet.
I hope so because I like Biagio Ali Walsh. He's nice enough, and he's fought a lot. He has a bunch of guys, but this guy he doesn't feel that bad. What weight does he fought in last? Because I remember last year, like Ronnie Gibbs, he was like a bantamweight, and they were like, "You're fighting at 55, buddy."
That was a crazy upset.
55. Okay, so he's a regular lightweight.
I think Ali Walsh wins.
Next up, Alexander Romanov versus Rodrigo Nascimento, the rematch.
Wait,
with a rematch we didn't know we needed.
Wait, the rematch from last year that we saw in person with the nut shot, right?
That's right. The rematch. What we needed, dude. Last year's card was trash.
It was so bad.
Trash.
Romanov by lane Frey decision.
Oh, no. What was it? This wasn't that fight. It was... What the hell? Okay. So I'm looking at Romanov. This is a rematch from the UFC.
Oh, that's right.
This was Romanov's last UFC fight. And the PP shot was Moldovsky?
Oh, that's right. Okay. Because it messed up the whole world tournament, right?
Yeah, it screwed everything up.
I remember this now. Okay.
Yeah, see, last year's card though was a card I was like, I need to be there. This card is kind of stinky.
I like Romanov by decision, though.
I'll take Romanov too. Who cares? Next up, Kata Watanabe versus Paulina Wisniewski. I don't know who the heck Paulina Wisniewski is.
I don't know who she is either. But dude,
I don't know who she is.
27 and she's a minus 335 favorite.
I was going to say, all I know is she's a massive favorite. And she's coming off a loss.
What are these odds, dude? What?
Fuck? I don't understand. Is Kata washed? I didn't think Kata was that washed.
I guess I'll take Paulina, but I'm very prepared to be wrong.
Give me freaking Kata Watanabe.
Okay.
I don't know. That might change. But her last two losses are freaking Jenna Bishop and Liz Carmouche. I can live with that.
Yeah, those aren't bad.
She's beat Shayna Young. She beat Denise Kielholtz. I thought she beat Alimale McFarland, but it was a split decision. She lost to Liz Carmouche again, and then she hadn't lost. So what? Her three losses are Liz Carmouche, Alimale McFarland, maybe, and Jenna Bishop. I'll take her. Next up, Omar El Dafraoui taking on James.
It's his first fight in the United States, right?
I think so, and I think he's training at VFS.
I got Omar. He's been impressive almost every time I've watched him.
That's right. Okay. So Omar. Fun fact about Omar.
Okay.
He's been training at Valley Flow for a while.
Okay.
And then in October, they were like, you're going to fight Florem Zendelli, the guy who's fighting Storley.
Okay.
Now, Storley also trains, or Zendelli also trains at VFS. So they fought each other while being teammates.
Okay.
So I just find that a little interesting. And James Vake, whatever you want to call it, I just don't know. Who is this guy fought?
I don't know. I don't know who he is, dude, to be quite honest with you.
His last fight was a 0-0 opponent. Give me Omar El Dafraoui. Dude, his opponents are 0-1, 3-1, 0-3, 3-0, 3-2 he lost, 1-1, 3-1, 5-5, 0-0. Now he's here.
Yeah, there's no way this guy's winning. No way.
Yeah, give me Omar. Next up, Jenna Bishop taking on Borina Sertsvadze.
Bishop by whatever she wants.
I don't know who this girl is.
And no one,
I don't know who this girl is.
He knows so little about her that they don't even know how old she is, dude. They don't even know. They don't even know. Dude, have you ever seen that before? I'm
taking 40-year-old Jenny Bishop by submission, I guess. I don't know.
Probably in the first round, yeah.
Yeah. Next up, Vivian Araújo versus Shayna Young. What a fall off. Literally the biggest lock of my life, Viviane Araújo, is going to win this fight.
I think so, too. Is this her first fight outside of the UFC now?
No, she's fought in the PFL. Remember she fought Talia Sant, or was that in the UFC?
No, that was in the UFC.
No, she's fought here
think.
before. Oh no, this is her first fight. You're so right.
I was like, dude, what? Yeah.
You're
And didn't
so
Shayna Young used to
right.
fight for the UFC too? So this is kind of weird.
Shayna Young's been gone for a while. She hasn't been in the UFC since 2022.
I figured, okay.
Oh wait, no, wait, what? It made me pick on Gina Mazzani. That was her only UFC win.
Okay.
Next up, we're taking on Leah Ilova. Supposed to
Well,
be
you gotta scroll up a little bit.
We there? Hello?
No, I'm there. There you go. Okay.
It was just frozen. It was reconnecting.
I got Braga. He's what, the biggest favorite on the card? There's no way he loses.
Yeah, I'm taking Braga, but he was originally an underdog because he was supposed to be fighting Mehdi Badulayev, who's pretty good. But Chaden coming in off LFA, he's all right, I guess. Give me Gabriel Braga. I mean, it makes sense. Just look at these rankings right here.
Number 1 versus number 235. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get any more wide than that.
Yeah, I'm taking Braga.
Okay.
In the feature fight, we have the former Milwaukee man, Rufian Stotts, taking on Hanat Kovalov. Now, Super Stotts, bit of an underdog in this fight, plus 200 on most sports books. He's 10 years older.
I think he beats him.
You think so?
I think he likes fighting these prospects.
I'm taking Kovalov. I'm taking the Russian.
Okay.
I just think he's getting up there, man. Like, dude, 2020, 2021 Rufian Stotts, that was my guy. But I don't know. I think this might be it for our boy. Next up, co-main event, Jordan Not Human Newman, the Milwaukee Rufus Sport guy, taking on Josh Silveira. Newman's big favorite. I'm taking Jordan Newman. Decision.
I got Newman as well.
Then in the main event, Sergio Pettis versus Mitch McKee. I feel like these odds are crazy. Sergio Pettis is gonna beat Mitch McKee.
Yeah. I don't think it's even close.
So
he knows he has to win too. Pettis knows that.
And Pettis is only 33, man, not even.
No, I know. So we agree on every fight except for what fight? I think it's only one.
The only fight we disagree on is Kana Watanabe versus this one. But I wouldn't even say we disagree. It's just like I don't think we know this Polish chick.
No, we don't. We do not.
But we're going with Jennerman, Walsh, Romanov, Split, Del Ferrari, Bishop, Araujo, Braga, Stotts, Newman, Pettis.
Yes, sir.
Kind of a bummy card, huh?
Yeah, it's not great. Last segment before we get out of here, though, Jack. What makes you feel good in the mix? Oh, well, that sucks. Well, I guess after that just ended. What makes you feel good in MMA these days?
Listen, I'm excited. Jack Holt feels good because Curtis Blades is about to fraud check Josh Hokett. We could get this fool out of here. But I do see that it's good for the UFC and it's good for the fans. And he's selling shirts that say N-word, please. And it's just like, dude, you're such a cornball.
Yeah, that's really corny. Who would even buy that? I mean, come on, dude.
And the other thing I hate is like, dude's so not creative. Where like he goes on each interview, he comes up with one set of lines. And then every interview he does, he says the same thing over and over and over again. So what'll make me feel good is when Curtis Blades knocks him out silly. What feels good, Yuri Procházka is going to win this weekend. And last night, I was able to show my grandpa a Jiří. I showed him all about Jiří Procházka, and he's a fan. He's a goofball, but he's a fan. But yeah, that's really it. We're moving. We're taking a little break. We're going to come back strong in May, and we'll be rocking and rolling.
Yeah, last topic before we get out of here. Shout out to the 22 people that made it in here this morning. Tyson Fury making a huge splash on Netflix this weekend. I think it's Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I think it's in a soccer stadium where he's fighting Makhmudov. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I think Tyson Fury wins. What do you think?
I'm gonna take the Russian guy, Arslanbek Makhmudov or whatever.
Really? How come? Why are you taking him?
I'm taking him because he's been retired. I think he's old now. I think he's lost his fastball. And I watched that Arslanbek, whatever this Russian guy's name is, last fight against Dave Allen, and he freaking put belt to ass. And he's good, and he's dangerous, and I think there's a curse when you're double booked, and supposedly Fury already has a second fight booked after this fight. And it's just like, don't double book, man, because if you're not looking...
Who's he booked against in his next fight?
I heard it was Joshua.
Okay.
So it's like if you're not double booked, don't lose focus. This is a young guy who's trying to take your head off. But it'll be a good fight. I'm sure it will be.
I'm taking Fury, so we disagree there. Nonetheless, though, that's going to do it for another edition of the MMA Outsiders. Before we get out of here, please be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. You can do so at youtube.com/ETB Network. I'm Zain, Bando, a staff writer for MMAKnockout.com. He's Jack Gold, an independent MMA content creator. And we will see you guys in the coming weeks. Again, we're taking a little bit of a break, but we hope you enjoyed this weekend's card. There will be a post-fight show. I don't think I'm going to be able to be on this post-fight show this week, Jack. Are you going to be semi a part of it, or are you not going to be on it either?
I won't be there.
Okay, so Tom Albano is going to take you guys through UFC 327, and we will come back and pick up the pieces when we can. So, for myself and Bando, he's Jack Gold, and this has been another edition of the MMA Outsiders. Thank you so much for tuning in across all of our different live stream verticals. Just as a quick reminder, we were on YouTube, on my channel, the ETB Network YouTube channel, Jack Gold's YouTube channel, the MMA Outsiders Twitter account, my Twitter account, Bando's Breakdowns, ETB Network, and of course, ETB Sports. But until next time, we will see you guys soon. Enjoy the double batch of fights this weekend, or the triple one if you're choosing to watch the Tyson Fury fight as well.
Beautiful day behind me.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. You can't see my view, but it's also a beautiful day here in Illinois as well. Jack, how long are you in Wisconsin?
Coming back Friday. So tomorrow.
Okay, so you're alive and kicking it. For whatever reason, my guy, your feed just became perfect at the very end of the stream. So I have no idea what happened, but you, sir, you being yours truly, you look perfect on your end, but it sucks because we're about to wrap it up. But at least we know that you guys got to see the beautiful shining view of Jack Gold in Wisconsin, because of course you guys did. But nonetheless, though, that's going to do it for another stream. This has been the Thursday, April 9, 2026 edition of the MMA Outsiders. Cue the outro. We'll catch you guys in a couple weeks and enjoy the fights this weekend. Have a good one, everyone.